Hi guys, Marian here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to more newborn hacks. I am a mom of 3 little ones, so this is my 3rd time taking care of a little newborn, and I'm so excited to share some more hacks with you. My first newborn hacks video just hit 1 million views, so I figured it was time to make more. You'd think I would have thought of that a little earlier, but honestly I didn't have a little newborn to film with. Yeah, so now that I do, it's time for more hacks. If you're new here, by the way, welcome. My name is Marian, and I make videos about being a mom and being a Jewish mom, and I would love to have you as one of my subscribers, so don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below and give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. And if you want to follow along with our everyday life, then don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Okay, so let's start with the basics of some newborn hacks. I wanted to share with you guys some hacks about helping baby when they're upset and crying, helping them with sleep, helping them with feeding, and some safety tips because I am very passionate about some of those things as well. Should we jump in? Yeah. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is newborn routine, how to get your baby on some sort of schedule. So of course babies don't come naturally programmed for that sort of thing, and I just want you to set your expectations that babies are going to be up at night, they're going to be unpredictable, but the better you can get at figuring out what they need, the easier time you'll have and the more calm you and your baby will be. And I really recommend the eat, wake, sleep formula, and basically all that is to keep your baby on a schedule of eating when they're a newborn every 2 to 3 hours, and in between those periods you want them to eat, then be awake, and then sleep, and that way they learn how to fall asleep on their own and not while nursing, which is very natural and happens, but it really helps for them to learn right from the beginning to be able to fall asleep not while nursing. Of course it'll happen and it's okay, but basically if you're feeding every 3 hours, you're naturally going to get your baby on some sort of schedule. And this is a huge thing. If you just fed your baby and 20 minutes later they're crying, here's the big clue. They're probably tired, not hungry. This was really hard for me when I first started nursing because I was like, oh, they're crying. They must need to nurse again. They must be hungry again. They probably didn't get enough food. If your baby is gaining weight, and definitely talk to your pediatrician about this and your lactation consultant if you have one, but if they're gaining weight and they're doing well, then they shouldn't need to feed more often than that, and you probably won't have the supply to give them more than that. So they're really just using you as a pacifier, and that kind of disrupts this whole schedule thing because then they're getting a little milk, so then they're not hungry enough for a big next feed. It really messes things up. So what we do is when he starts to fuss, I actually thought he'd be fussy right now. I thought, let's film now because you'll be fussy, but you're not. This is what my best tip is. Give them a few minutes to settle down. Babies don't instantly go from needing something to realizing they have it and that they're okay now. So even if they're hungry, they might fuss and not want the bottle or the breast because it takes them a little bit to realize that they're getting what they need. Okay, so if you fed your baby, then they played or were awake for a little bit, and now they're getting grouchy, it means they're tired, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give them the pacifier. Again, it's gonna take a few minutes for them to get it. There you go. Oh no, it fell out. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, and my favorite tip is to tap their little tush. Tap their butt. You're gonna bounce and tap. Bounce and tap. Bounce and tap. And this is a really good way to get them sleepy. You can of course swaddle them if you're gonna put them in the crib or wherever you plan for them to sleep. Or if they're on a carrier on you or you're just gonna hold them, then this is a really nice way to calm them down. You can also transition once they do get a little bit more sleepy to just the padding so you don't have to stand and bounce. But this is a really great way to quiet them down. Huh? But you're already quiet and happy, right? Another tip I have is to create a portable diaper station. So if your floor has multiple levels or stairs, I really like having one of these in each area of the house. That way I don't have to run to find a changing table, go up the stairs 10 times a day. So I just keep in it a burp cloth. Zachary's got this cute personalized one, but just any burp cloth or a little blanket will do. Wipes and diapers, and that's it. So that way I can really easily change him wherever we are and not have to worry about running up and down the stairs all day. I can also really easily tuck it behind the couch or something else, but we use ours so often, I just keep that in that cute little basket. Let's talk about tummy time. This is what tummy time is normally shown as. Baby on his tummy. Babies don't really like this for tummy time. You can hear even my happy baby is getting a little grouchy. So, yeah, I don't like that kind of tummy time. Let me show you guys some other ways to have tummy time. One of the best ways to have tummy time is on your own tummy. So what you can do is either lying down or sitting down, just place the baby on your tummy, and he's on his tummy, and he's having tummy time. Are you having tummy time? Much more enjoyable for him and for you. It's a really nice way to bond. You can also do this as skin to skin if you want. Do you like skin to skin? So you can feel free to do tummy time on you. He can also do tummy time like this. See how he's practicing using his head muscles? I mean, see how he's practicing using his neck muscles and his arms and his core. So all of that is strength training without having to have a session at the gym / a session on the mat where they're really on their belly all by themselves trying to do this. Another fun way to do tummy time is just by holding them like this. See how he's working out his neck? Yeah, so Zachary's a really strong baby. So if your baby's not able to hold themselves up yet like this, then don't do that. You want to definitely make sure they're supported and strong. But there are lots of creative ways you can do it that don't upset them and don't feel like a specific tummy time workout. Another tip I have is that people often complain that they can't put their babies down, that their babies get really upset when they put them down. And some of that is because babies don't like to just be flat on their back, which of course is the safest way to leave them. But if you're sitting right next to them, you can always put them on a little pillow. Here's an example, so that they're a little bit more upright, right? So as long as you're here with them, there we go. That way they can see a little bit more of you and the world, interact a bit. So as long as you're here making sure they're not falling and they're safe, sometimes it's nice just to pop them on a pillow, let them be a little bit more upright. Yeah. And hanging out with you. Okay, next I want to share a tip about a milk supply and how to build your freezer supply. So let's check mine out and then I'm going to tell you a little secret. Underneath the fish sticks, I've got a really good supply of frozen milk, and I don't pump. What? Let me explain. So this is our sleeping setup, and I want to show you guys, I haven't even made the bed or cleaned up yet, but this is my Haakaa Pump. And it's not an actual pump, as you can see. You don't have to do anything. All you do is put it on your boob and the milk will be drawn out by gravity while your baby's nursing on the other side. So what I do is I pick 2 times of the day that I have the most milk. And for me, that's actually the middle of the night. It didn't used to be like this with my older babies, but this baby's a really good sleeper. So he'll go 5 or 6 hours at night. Now, he's 6 weeks old and he's gaining weight, so that's okay for him. But when he has those long stretches, I get really full. So I put this on the side that he's not nursing, and it will take out about 3 ounces of milk per side. And then when I switch, I put it on the other side that he's finished nursing on, and I can still get about 1 ounce or so out of that side. So that's almost 4 ounces. And what I'll do is I'll take the milk from here, put it in a freezer bag, put it straight in the freezer, and I'm building a really great supply that way without actually having to pump. So obviously that system's not going to work if you are working full-time and, you know, supplementing a full day's worth of feedings and that sort of thing. But if you just need some extra milk on hand for here and there, it's a really great way to easily build a supply without actually having to add a pumping session to your routine. Okay, and we have to talk about car seat really quick because this is something I'm really passionate about. There's a few online groups that I follow that are always sharing tips and tricks, so I will link them below, as well as some great Instagrammers that share this stuff as well. If you have a newborn, here is my UPPAbaby Mesa car seat. There's 2 things to be really careful about. One is how tight the straps are. You want to make sure they pass the pinch test, which means once your baby is in the seat, you should not be able to pinch the straps. They should be tight enough that you can't grab the fabric enough to pinch them. They shouldn't be too tight that they're hurting your baby, but they should be tight enough to pass the pinch test. When you're coming home from the hospital and you have a really little newborn, sometimes it helps to remove these because they can prevent you from getting it tight enough. They can prevent you from making the straps tight enough. But you do want to be careful that you're not hurting their neck or anything like that if you do remove these. The second thing I always like to talk about is what to wear in the car seat, and it's really important that your baby is not wearing a winter jacket or a winter coat. Same with actually your older kids, your toddlers, any car seat people. In fact, actually adults aren't really supposed to wear them either, because when you're in an accident, everything compresses, so you are not able to make the straps as tight as they need to be, because when everything compresses and that jacket compresses, your baby can actually slip out of the car seat because the straps are looser than they need to be. The way to test it is put your baby in with their sweater, whatever they're wearing, tighten the straps, then take them out. Then remove the jacket and put them back in. If you then can tighten it, it means that they cannot wear that item of clothing in the seat. Does that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, check out the groups and info I'm linking below because they explain it really well. But yeah, those are the two things I'm really passionate about: car seat safety. And my last tip, which is my best tip and my best advice, is the best thing that you can do as a mom to have a calm baby and to help them calm down is to be calm yourself. If you're stressed out and worried and freaking out, then that's just gonna be the energy that they're feeding off of. So the thing to understand is that babies sometimes cry. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't even mean necessarily that there's something wrong with them. They get fussy and they cry. That's how they communicate. So the best thing to do is just be calm to help them calm down. And that's really what we live by in this house. And so sometimes we'll be just sitting in our rocking chair and he might be fussing and crying just like he is now. And that's okay. He knows I'm here. He knows I'm here. He knows everything's okay, right? And he's trying to tell me something. Maybe he's tired right now. Are you tired? And we're just gonna figure it out together really calmly, because it's okay, right? There's that tushy tap I told you about. Is that better? You're okay. You're okay. So I know it's hard in the moment when they're screaming, and it's so hard when you just wish you knew what they needed. But the best way to figure it out is just to stay calm with them. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, especially to the new moms and the first time moms and all little babies out there. We gotta go. It's nap time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.